Y'all read that right. $12,000 medication. Actually, it might be more. But it's 5 digits.
Wow.
Definitely 5 digits. And it comes via FedEx every month. She is the big kahuna. She is the game changer. We don't go nowhere without her. And we takes her faithfully. Okay? You just can't get pregnant on her. Or you can't, you know, if you get pregnant, you gotta stop taking her because she can cause very harmful birth defects. But who getting pregnant?
Ha!
Yo, I have to call every month. I have to do a consultation. I have to take a pregnancy test. All to get this medication. Then it comes from a specialty pharmacy. You cannot pick this up in a CVS. You cannot pick this up in a Walmart. You cannot. You just cannot. It won't. It's not there. This particular medication, once I get it, once I receive it in January, it maxes out my annual prescription out of pocket, and all of my prescriptions for the year are free.
Wow.
That's how much this costs. And her name is Lataris. She is a pulmonary hypertension medication. Look, caution, hazardous drugs, observes for safety. But honey, she helps me breathe well, so I ain't take her today yet, so let's take her. There they go. What else I want to say about that medication is, let's talk about pulmonary hypertension. Pulmonary hypertension is not the same as regular hypertension. It's completely different. What happens is the scarring of your lungs when you have sarcoidosis, it can lead to the pressure in your lungs to increase, therefore causing pulmonary hypertension. So that medication allows for the relaxation of your arteries in your lungs to relax so that the pressure isn't so high. That's how that go. And because that could be fatal, and it'll take you down. But then I often think about people who don't have insurance. That's a $12,000 medication. What happens if you don't have insurance? Are you eligible to get it? Now listen, I had for 2 years, because the first 2 years when you go on Social Security disability, you don't get Medicare. So I had Obamacare. I paid $284 a month for it. Say what you want, but I was able to stay with my doctors. I was able to keep my medicine, and it paid for that medication for 2 years. $284 a month, Obamacare. But also too, if you have private insurance, and let's say they don't cover it, maybe you have a deductible on your insurance, not a copay, but a deductible, which are two different things. They have like grants for people who have private insurance, but yet maybe it won't cover it completely, and they have grants for those individuals. But I still, I wonder about people who don't have health insurance. Like, if you have pulmonary hypertension, you don't have health insurance, what do you do? Because this is a game changer. I can't live without that. That particular medication gave me back mobility. Child, I was struggling before that medication. Whew. Your heart will be racing. You can't breathe. But that medication, helped it all out. And it's part of the reason why I can do the things I do today. Why I get around so well. It's one of the reasons why I get around so well, and so forth and so on. But I often wonder about people who don't have insurance, because there's nothing for them to get that medication. It's so expensive. And I often think about people who don't have the insurance. How would you receive these life-saving medications, treatments, procedures? Because there is a difference in how you're treated and what medications you're offered in relation to whether you have insurance or not. I often tell my dad's story to people, because I don't think people should be without health insurance. I don't care who you are. And my dad is not the only person I've seen this happen to. But my father, he had like 50 years old. And his heart started to bother him. He was in congestive heart failure. And for a while, they would just admit him to the hospital. They would remove the water off of him, stabilize him, and release him. And I know there's always some chat about, oh, they can't deny you acts, they can't deny you treatment or health care. No, they can't deny you, but they can limit what they do when you don't have insurance. And a lot of times people don't really know the full scope of what can be done because they don't have insurance. They don't know everything that could even be offered to them because they don't have insurance. There's a lot of treatment that could be offered to you, but you would never know because you don't have insurance. And they know you don't know. My father, he would get stabilized. And this would happen time after time after time. Okay, finally and this was like within the 2 years, he went out on Social Security disability. This was like the 2-year mark of after he went out on Social Security disability. It was just his Medicare kicked in and everything changed. Everything changed. He called me one day. He was at the hospital already. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be another situation. They're gonna take the fluid off of him, send him back home. Now, take your medicine. That's it. No. My dad said they're talking about surgery. What surgery? What kind of surgery? He was like, they're saying that they want to put a defibrillator in me. Listen, my dad had that Medicare. Baby, when I tell you this admittance, once he had that Medicare, oh, they were rolling out the red carpet. They wanted to do this for him, that for him, this for them, that for him. He was overwhelmed. He started questioning, well, why didn't they never want to do this before? Because you ain't had no insurance. Now they wanted to put a defibrillator in him. And they did. And he had the best care. Honey, transferred him to a whole new hospital. Put him in a nice little suite. I had to put my palm up to get in. It was one of them kind of hospitals where you walk up, you put your palm in so you could actually access the door to move. It took your fingerprints or something, one of them. But now he was getting top treatment. I've seen so many people, even people in my family, where when they didn't have insurance and they had ailments, they would just get released. They wouldn't even be offered certain medications. They would just get stabilized. Oh, follow up with your primary doctor. Hi, you have a nice week, you have a nice weekend, have a nice holiday, have a nice day. But when you don't have insurance, it's a different ballgame. They stabilize you and they kick you out. Discharge you, I should say. So, like, please have insurance, people. It is important. It is very important that you have insurance. When you ain't got insurance, they're quick to get you out of that bed, okay? They don't want you taking up that bed. They could have that bed for somebody else that has insurance. They're quick to move you out of there. So just be careful with that. And just understand that paying for health insurance, I paid out of pocket for 2 whole years, $285 on disability. It was a sacrifice, but it was one that had to be made. You can forego a couple things to make sure your health is secure. And if anything should ever happen to you, you have insurance and you'll be okay. Definitely want to have insurance, people. Definitely want to have insurance. That's just my spiel on it. I'll catch y'all later.